Here we go again, another rumor that might be pretend. So take it easy on me, I'm afraid I'll never satisfy. Welcome to another episode of Simply Nerdy. I'm your host, Steven. I'm joined today by Anthony.
Hey, everyone.
And I'm afraid I just stole his thunder. Sorry, Anthony.
No.
I'm going to turn this over to Anthony because he has some interesting tidbits for us. We have another rumor for another Nintendo Direct coming in August.
I was made aware of this by Steven, and I just kind of done my homework here now. But it seems like a worthwhile discussion. So first of all, I'm going to acknowledge right off the bat that yes, it probably does seem like we're starting to chase every rabbit down the rabbit hole. So, I'm sorry, but when we go this long without a Nintendo Direct,
anything is anything. That's anything.
Like the last one that we reported on that turned out to be a real deal. I mean, it wasn't actually a normal Direct; it was a mini, and it was awful, kind of super underwhelming. But it did happen. So, there you go. Anyway, just my justification here for us continuing to chase this news, hoping that one of them gives us the mother load we're looking for. So our source here actually comes from Nintendo Soup, so credit to them. And according to them, there was a leak by a prominent leaker by the name of King Zell, who made some claims about an upcoming Direct. And I'm actually going to reference the article on Nintendo Soup. King Zell stated that it's not going to come this month. That it's chances are it's going to be next month in August. So he's evidently claiming it's going to be a general Direct, like
Just like the last one was.
Are you being a naysayer on our own reporting here?
I don't know.
What are you doing? He's trying to sow distrust and discord in our own channel. Who are you? Evidently, it's going to be a general Direct, but before that, there's going to be quote unquote another stop. So maybe that's another Direct Mini. Nintendo did say that there was going to be a lot, or at least more of the partner Direct Minis that we like the one we just had. So that's feasible, or it could be something else. Who knows what that means? And the last thing apparently that King Zell said was he's not sure. I guess he or she, we don't know this person, but they said that they're not sure if Nintendo is going to actually announce it before it takes place, or if it's just going to be a shadow drop. So I guess the main takeaways here is chances are something might happen next month. More than one thing by the sound of it, but the thing I think that we're most excited for is hopefully that the big one is actually going to come finally, hopefully, and that we may not know until the day. If it actually even does happen. So that's par for the course lately, so no surprises there. That's the rumor.
So prediction time, I guess.
Prediction time. So I don't know if it's... Honestly, my predictions are going to be any different than they have been. I'm still putting my stock, honestly, in Zelda. News about the Mario plans. I think that if there's anything that I am putting a lot of stock into, and I know, again, I'm not putting my hopes on this or anything. I'm definitely still got a grain of salt here. But if I were to guess that one thing is going to happen, I'm thinking they're going to announce something about Mario. And I really think that, considering that it's a big anniversary year, evidently this in September, the middle of September will be the 35th anniversary. I even read somewhere that some people were suggesting that, Nintendo, that they're almost suggesting that would kind of be an ultimatum for Nintendo to announce something before that date. I don't think that necessarily needs to be the case.
I don't think so.
Especially in a day of, when we live in a pandemic age, Nintendo can have as much leeway as they need, honestly. But I do think we're going to hear something about that. I could be wrong. Absolutely. But that's one thing I'm hopeful for. The one I'm definitely more hopeful for is some news about Zelda Breath of the Wild 2.
There we go. Throw the dog a bone.
Throw the dog a bone. You knew I was going to talk about it. I mean, come on.
I knew you were going to say they're going to postpone Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 and put it in.
Whatever.
The Mario.
No.
We already had to talk about this, Anthony and I. We had to talk about this on our Facebook chat. I said Zelda for December and Mario for October.
And what he's failing to tell you is that he then went on to diss Mario, and it was all very heretical.
Mario can wait. I'm just kidding.
that is
Mario, step aside.
that is definitely more mellow than you put it in the chat.
It was pretty brutal. No, I do want a Mario 35th anniversary title. I really do want that. I love Mario.
No, I know.
But I also need Breath of the Wild 2. It's been 4 years. It's time. Give me Zelda, please.
I will.
Holiday is a fantastic time to do it, and because the consoles are coming out and they need something good. And the good thing would be Zelda Breath of the Wild 2.
And actually, now that you bring up that point, that is something that I think is another thing that I'm hoping at least Nintendo has up their sleeve. So they've basically straight up said that they don't have a next gen answer as far as consoles go.
Right.
To the PS5 and the Xbox Series X.
The Nintendo Switch is doing really well right now, and
they want to keep it alive.
They're hard to come by, but they are trying to keep it alive, and they're doing a good job. They just need a good holiday title.
Yeah, and so that's my thoughts. Like, if Nintendo doesn't have a new console to answer those, then I think they probably understand they need to have some very solid software to fight against that. And I really do think that not only they know that, but they're doing something about it. And as far as, and I think I've said this before already on in previous videos, but I think that out of all of these, Breath of the Wild might be the most feasible for a holiday release. Now, here's why I would say that. And again, if I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry, but I mean, we're basically already repeating ourselves with going down the rabbit hole with this new rumor anyway. But
here we go again.
Here we go. I think it's very feasible because, if they really are, as they have already basically shown in the trailer, reusing the assets from Breath of the Wild, then that's going to cut down significantly on development time, and I think that's got to cut down on a lot of time. And honestly, 4 years is almost enough for a game that isn't reusing assets. So that being said, this is still a Zelda game, and those basically it's almost a rite of passage that you're not a true Zelda game unless you get delayed.
You said it.
I'm sorry, but we have to acknowledge the elephant in the room.
I will kick.
Kick the elephant? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Steve. But at the same time, I think if there was ever a time it wasn't going to happen, it would be now. I think Nintendo definitely understands that this would be a big win for them, and I think it could definitely happen. And so I'm hoping that we'll hear something about that. Now, as with any rumor, we always have to temper our expectations. So I'm also not going to be terribly surprised if we don't hear about it. I mean, heavens, if they have a normal Direct and it's not better than the last one, then I'm giving up on this year.
PlayStation. I'm just kidding. Save my holiday. I'm just kidding. No.
Right.
Do you have any other predictions, Anth? Basically, we talked about the 2D Metroid in our last discussion.
Yeah, I don't think
we're going to get a lot of anything else except for maybe like the 2 holiday titles that they're going to, I don't even know if they'll have 2. Maybe they'll only have 1. It's this pandemic world. I don't know how many games they're going to release this year. You think they'll have 2?
As long as they have 1 solid one.
I hope they have at least 2. I hope they do the Mario and Zelda. That'd be great. And
those are honestly my predictions. Those are the rumors we've heard the most consistently, with the most, not only with the most detail, but with the most repeated detail. And what I mean by that is, like, the repeatability of these details keep coming up often enough from journalist websites that I trust, that I'm beginning to put a lot more credence into those. And so the fact that we've heard them so many times with the same details so often, that's where I would put my estimates on Mario and Zelda. And I'm hoping that we actually get some word from the big N themselves next month. So cross your fingers.
I just keep tasting that sour mouth, that sour flavor of the last Direct. So Nintendo, you gotta do better than that one. Anything's better than that. No offense to anybody who actually liked any of the announcements in that direct. There's only like 3.
4, I think.
4.
Not much.
I skipped through it.
I mean, I will. I'm still going to contest Stephen by saying that I'm sorry. Nothing can beat the Wii Music announcement. even that last direct was better than that.
Toma.
Anyway, so while it was disappointing, Nintendo has come a long way from that age.
Anyway, you heard it here first. Mario and Zelda, please throw your hands up in the air.
Just something.
Something, anything. But
Anything. I mean, those two, please, but you know,
at this point, it would be
a real direct of some sort with real news.
If you don't have any release dates, that's fine. I won't be upset. Just show me what you're working on.
Right.
And be excited. I don't care if they have dates or not. Throw up your disclaimer like you always do, and that's fine. And then just give me a bunch of games that you're working on, and I'll be smiling.
Please and thank you.
You heard it here first. And until next time,
Keep it nerdy, guys.